Now that we've taken care of flat construction, which was building two of these pieces, which is the front and the back walls, two of these pieces, which is the left and the right side walls, and two of these pieces, the roof pieces, we can now build our gingerbread house walls. I'm going to put aside our roof pieces. We want to wait until tomorrow to place these on our structure. Reason being, we really want that royal icing to have time to dry so that we have a stable base for our gingerbread house. The other items that I need some type of board. We're just using a 9x12 cardboard base. And I need my royal icing in a piping bag with the tip just ever so slightly cut off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my royal icing ready to use, and I'm going to grab one of my pieces. So my goal for this, not only do I want to glue the walls to each other, but I want to glue my structure to the board. The last thing I want to do is move this piece and have it slipping and sliding across this board. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pipe some royal icing on this piece. Okay, you can see that it has a consistency similar to glue. It's not going to go anywhere. I also want to go ahead and put a nice thick bead along the bottom of my structure. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside for just a moment because I want to take one of my side pieces, and I also want to go ahead and put some royal icing across the bottom. Just like that. So now I have one of my side pieces and one of my front and back pieces that are ready to secure to each other. I'm going to go ahead and place one of my pieces exactly on the board where I want it to be. And I'm going to let that royal icing kind of ooze out of the sides. I'm going to take my side piece then, and I'm going to do the same thing, placing it right into the royal icing. Now, I can let go of this and do a little bit of adjusting, but I really want to make sure that I have those nice thick beads along the bottom and a secure attachment here. Now, if you are in question and you feel like you may not have put enough, you can go ahead and put an additional bead of royal icing right along the inside for added security. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process. I'm going to take one of my side pieces and one of my front and back pieces and go ahead and put the frosting on those as well. I'm going to place a bead on my building. I'm going to place a bead along the bottom of my structure here. And I'm going to go ahead and attach it right to each other. So now I have this structure that just needs one more side. The last thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure, so this time I put my front piece or my back piece in between the two side pieces. So I want to make sure I repeat the process over here. So I'm going to take my royal icing. I'm going to go ahead and pipe my royal icing along 3 sides here. And I'm going to very carefully finagle that into my structure on the same plane, and I can go ahead and squeeze, and you can see now that I have a structure with 4 sides. So I'm going to do a little bit of adjusting. I'm going to make sure all of the angles are secure and roughly the same. Now remember, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover this with royal icing. We're going to cover it with cereal and candy. But before we do, we're going to let this dry overnight. And then tomorrow we're going to take our roof pieces and secure those on. And you can see that will finish off our gingerbread house build. And then we can begin the fun part of actually decorating.